Welcome back, everybody, to WTL. That's Where's the Line, Nebraska's first and only sports betting show. I'm your host, Andy Class, and joined by
Jabron.
the Parlay Pounder.
You got it.
And we're getting back into your wheelhouse right here,
Finally.
right now.
Finally.
UFC 296. Well,
Yes.
finally, this is a stacked card.
This is stacked top to bottom.
down.
It's the best.
Wow.
Best one we've seen in a long time, Andy.
And it's going to be at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. All the bright lights. All the names are going to be there. And we're going to talk about two big names right here, and I think they're two names going in two different directions.
Very much so.
Tony Ferguson, one of the all-time greats, taking on Patty the Batty Pimblett. And Patty the Batty is a minus 310 favorite, and I haven't really heard too many people make an argument the other way.
Yeah, Eddie, this is an odd lightweight bout, like you just said, Ferguson versus Patty the Batty. A lot of fans have criticized this booking as Ferguson probably ought to have retired after losing his last 6 fights in a row. Yeah. However, that's more on Tony Ferguson than it is on the UFC, I would say. Yeah. And Pimblett is coming off a year on the shelf after a below-par performance in his last fight, Andy.
Wasn't there some question marks there?
There was they thought they kind of swung the votes for him. He also, but he's also a very popular young star.
Sure.
So why shouldn't, the promotion kind of look to build him up with this fight? In their primes, there's no doubt that Tony Ferguson would have smashed the Batty here, Andy. Yeah. He would have held the advantage in literally every area of this fight. At this point, though, Ferguson looks beyond done. His durability is shot. He can't wrestle like he once did, and his confidence seems shot as well.
I mean, his career record is 26-9, and you just said that
six in a row.
6 of those 9 losses are the last 6 fights.
Yeah, with all that considered, Andy, I'm gonna go with Patty's strong suit here, and I really think Patty wins this by submission, and you can get some pretty dang good odds with that right now, Andy, with a plus 225 bet with Patty the Batty by submission, because I really believe he gets Ferguson down on the ground. I don't believe he's going to knock him out, but I do believe he gets him on the ground and probably submits him. As bad as Tony Ferguson, everybody thinks about Tony Ferguson with the chin and everything. That has not been the case.
Right.
This guy's younger, faster, stronger. He's going to get him on the ground, and he's going to choke him out.
Yeah, and Patty the Batty, he wins 45% of his bouts by submission.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Way more than his KOs, way more than his decisions.
Yep.
He likes to get him to the mat and get that sub.
Yep.
So I really don't know if there's much more to go on this one.
We have to talk about it because these are two of the biggest names in all of UFC. One's a rising star, one is an all-time legend. But yeah, you got the Batty. If Ferguson can knock him out, nobody will be surprised, I guess. But that I guess that would be kind of surprising.
I think so, and that's why that's at a minus 310 right now.
Yeah, Andy.
All right, should we talk about a title bout?
A title fight, Andy.
In the flyweight, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Alexandre
fight bout.
Pantoja versus Brandon Royval, the United States number 2 contender in the world.
Yeah. But
he's at a plus 160 versus a minus 192 favorite. The guy from Brazil's way out in front here.
Yeah, Andy. Pantoja is just on a roll right now like nobody's ever seen, Andy. So Royval, who will take his shot at glory this weekend. It's hard to dispute the idea that the Raw Dog hasn't earned his shot, but since losing to Pantoja back in 2021, he's taken out 3 foes and has finished his last 2, with his overall record being 5-2 in the octagon. Royval, how he kind of fights, Andy, is a wild, aggressive fighter, and while his technical skills and poise have gotten the better over the years, he's still at best he's still kind of wild. So I really like Pantoja to sit back, wait for his shot, and I really do believe he gets the belt back. Probably a 3rd round submission, gets him on the ground, something like that. I really do believe Pantoja waits him out and gets him on the ground.
That's kind of the story on Royval. That he's kind of a wild character.
For sure.
He kind of plays into that or leans into that. And he takes 2 point. I'm just looking at some of these stats here.
Yeah.
Absorbed significant strikes. He takes
sure.
2.6 per round.
Takes some beating.
Yeah. But Pantoja, the champ, he actually takes 3.8 per round. So we might see I think this is going to be a very exciting title bout right here in the flyweight.
And a lot of people are coming up to me, Andy, Pantoja, how good is the champ? And he isn't the most explosive athlete in the division, but his fundamentals are brilliant. Like I was just alluding to, he has no real weaknesses, Andy. And as we see him him in this title win. He's insanely tough and durable. That's why you see those, hits so high on him. Something that can be seen by the fact that he's never been finished in any of his 5 losses. He is in it to win it, Andy. I believe Pantoja gets him 3rd or 4th round and probably by submission.
That money line sitting at a 175 straight up there. So not too bad when you're talking UFC.
I love that. Pantoja for the win. He retains the belt.
All righty. Should we talk about the main card?
Let's get into some chaos.
We're talking main card, but this is the headliner right here. Leon Edwards retained his belt.
Yeah.
He is the minus 155 favorite over, you just said it, Chaos Colby Covington, the number 3 contender in the world. This has everything. The loudmouth versus the astute guy from England, all of it here. And I think this is one that fans have been looking forward to for a very long time.
For a very long time, Andy. But even this fight, UFC fans are crazy, and the sports media world is crazy as well. This fight has taken some criticism in the months leading up to this. And, it's truthful and somewhat understandable, I guess. But at this point, nobody can argue the status of Leon Edwards, Andy, as one of the UFC's pound-for-pound best. After all, he holds 2 wins of probably the best fighter of all time in this division, Kamaru Usman. While that one in 2022 with the late round kick probably lives in infamy. Yep. Basically, in that second fight, he fought him in every area and didn't struggle to handle that brutal wrestling game. So he has really picked up his side on that side. So whether Colby Covington really deserves this shot is what everybody's saying. But,
I mean, he ran his mouth. He got noticed.
That's what you have to do.
He's got an overall record of 17-3.
Yeah.
And he's, I think, the number 3 contender in the weight class right now.
He is.
What
2 of those losses are to Kamaru Usman, obviously, for the belt. Chaos is definitely a proven entity in the octagon, and his big mouth, like you said, has also made him a star to a certain level. However, he hasn't fought since March 2022, Andy,
but he won that
win over Masvidal. Yeah. But he has since hung up his gloves, and in fact, a win over Gamebred stands as his only one since 2020, Andy, because he fought him twice. At best, Colby Covington is obviously a great fighter, and he's pushed the level with people like Robbie Lawler. And
this line opened up with Colby being the slight favorite.
For sure.
Then right away, money came pouring in on Leon.
Yeah.
That's why we're sitting at that minus 155 right now. It was basically a pick 'em when this line opened up, and it just flipped right away.
Exactly. And the people are saying, the people that Chaos has fought with Robbie Lawler and Masvidal, Rocky, Leon Edwards, doesn't carry that same knockout power as those guys. Those guys are straight up power punches. So you can see that Chaos has a way to win this fight, and I really do believe Colby shocks the world and gets him on the ground. It might be a little bit of a boring fight, Andy, if Chaos gets what he's doing.
That's what I'm seeing. A lot of people that I've been following and talking to, they're saying going the distance might be the best bet here.
Exactly. And Colby Covington to win by decision is at that really, really good number at plus 225, Andy. So that is some big plus money. But this could go the opposite way, Andy. So if you are on Leon Edwards to win by KO, TKO, or DQ, that is plus 275. So very good odds on both of these fighters. I am going with Chaos. I do believe he wins this by decision in a very close fight.
You talk about Covington's last opponents and how maybe they're not what we thought they were, or, whatever. Yeah. I feel like the same can be said for Edwards when you're talking about Usman, because it's come out how bad his knees really are.
Yeah,
the guy was kind of fighting on 2 bum knees, not 1, but 2. And the guy has to walk down steps backwards, all that stuff. And if you looked at him, he looked like a Greek god, upper body, and then these skinny little chicken legs, But give Edwards his due. He somehow pulled off that fight in 2021. I mean, he was dead to rights.
He was.
And that head kick bailed him out, and then he just really
stuck it to him in the second fight. So this is and that's a guy that beat Chaos twice. So Colby Covington doesn't have the wins over him, doesn't have the belt. Leon should be favored in this fight, but I really do believe it's too good of a line here for plus 225 for Chaos to win this by decision because I really believe he will.
All righty, Parlay Pounder. Yep. You got a parlay play for UFC 296.
I do, Andy, and it's going to we haven't even went through this card, Andy, like we should, because this card has everything. It has Cody Garbrandt. He's got Bryce Mitchell. You got Ian Gary on this thing. You got Rachmaninoff fighting Wonder Boy, Andy. By the way, Rachmaninoff by TKO, huge. Wonder Boy is not going to be anything against Rachmaninoff. So if you want to play on that, do that. The three that I'm putting together, Andy, I like Bryce Mitchell money line at minus 218, Cody Garbrandt minus 198, and then my guy Chaos to win by decision plus 225. I'm putting $25 on this to win 180. I believe these are three things that are very gonna happen this weekend. Bryce Mitchell, Cody Garbrandt, and Colby Covington to win. All three of them. I love it.
You need Chaos to get that.
I do it.
That's where you're going to start it earlier.
That's my only underdog.
Earlier in the main card, and you're going to work it up there.
That's the way I do it.
Of course, you got Thug Nasty in there, too.
Thug Nasty. I love my two guys. These are two of my favorite fighters. And then Chaos, I just believe his style of fighting is going to be very hard for Leon to overcome.
He's going to apply the pressure, no doubt. And he likes to get to the mat. He likes to shoot. I mean, he's relentless with it, but you talk about the knockout power, too. There's a lot of things. Oh, he's the number 3 contender in the world.
The whole thing with Colby Covington, his motor is unseen. Nobody can keep up with this guy. He is going to keep pushing until Leon gives him his back. It's going to happen, and he's just going to sit on him the entire time. He's going to get the decision. I love Chaos. Cody Garbrandt, Bryce Mitchell.
Love it. The Parlay Pounder with a couple of parlay plays for the people this week.
Let's go. This is going to be so fun.
Before we sign off, let's remind everybody one more time, December 18th, that is a Monday. We're going to be broadcasting live our 100th episode. Thank you to everyone that helped make this possible, support us, listen to us, all that good stuff. We're going to be at the Herdat Sports Bar and Grill. There's going to be food specials, drink specials. We're going to have return guest, special guest, Jeremy Odom. Gosh darn it, his old San Diego Chargers. wait. LA Chargers. Haven't really been, living up to the hype. But I'm thinking Easton Stick, the Creighton Prep grad. He's going to turn it around for him.
No, we're going to have everything in this show, Andy. Like you said, Marissa Voss talking about hockey. We got Jeremy Odom talking about his NFL. We're going to do a little college football playoff, matchups and, probably in Iowa. Boo, Iowa, a bowl game. And then we got some Christmas games on with the NFL that we really want to talk about as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of different stuff. So please come out and enjoy those drink and food specials.
And if you can't make it out, it's going to be in La Vista, the sports bar, nice new sports bar over there by Cabela's. If you're familiar with Cabela's, right off I-80 there. It's going to be live stream on a couple different platforms. So look us up, tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait.
Well, that'll about do it for us this week, folks. Be sure to follow us on ESPN Tri-City Radio and their Facebook page, and then our Twitter handle and YouTube channel. Those two platforms are growing, and we love the interactions. You guys giving us a bad time, good time, whatever. Hey, for Jabron, the Parlay Pounder, I'm Andy Klassen. Thank you for listening. This has been WTL.